Hello everybody, this is Prophet Mocmoud, and it's the very first episode of Kastoff TV, and we're going to start it off with the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is, a lot of times we want God to change our problems and our circumstances, and God is using our problems and our circumstances to change us. And I just think it speaks for itself. It is so profound. We want to pray every problem and every bad circumstances away, but we have to go through those just to humble us, just to give us experience, just to give us wisdom. So when it's time for us to help someone else, we could speak to them from experience, like I've been through that. And a lot of times we don't even know we rotten, and we don't know we arrogant. And so we have to go through hard circumstances to show us, like, you look down on that person. And so now we have to go through that exact same thing just to humble us, so we don't look down on people, so we won't be so judgmental, where we know we need help from people, or we know we need God in our life. And sometimes we have to go through those circumstances, and we want to pray everything away. God, remove it. No, I am humbling you. No, I'm teaching you. I'm giving you experience. I'm changing you. I'm growing you. And so with that being said, once again, I'm going to repeat that quote. A lot of time we want God to change our problems and our circumstances, and God using those problems and our circumstances to change us for real. And I'm going to start this off. This is the very first episode, and I'm going to repeat this every episode. Since it's Kastoff TV, I got to let y'all know what a Kastoff is. A Kastoff is being who you are, even when it's unpopular, when your thoughts and what you stand for is different than the crowd. You are a Kastoff. And if you tuned in and you feel related to anything about me, I'm pretty sure you are a Kastoff. And like I would tell every man who paying attention to me, lead with respect. Respect everyone. You respect a homeless man the same way you would respect a billionaire. You leave with respect, and you don't match energy. Just because they a scumbag, just because they a piece of shit, you don't match that. You keep your integrity. You don't break your integrity to match nobody. And always beware what you think about, because thoughts become things. That's the law of attraction. Whatever you're thinking about, whatever you focus on, whatever you're dwelling on, you attract that. You attract more of that to your life. And even if you focusing and thinking about what you don't want, that means you thinking about what you don't want, and you're going to attract that. So focus and pay attention and think about what you do want. And understand that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Our words are seeds. And just like you plant a seed, you're going to grow a harvest pretty soon. If you plant orange seeds, you're not going to grow apples. So if you speak negative and dumb shit and bullshit all day, you're going to grow dumb bullshit in your life. For real. And that's spiritual law at its finest. And I'm here to teach everyone. It don't matter what faith you are. You could be a follower of Christ, Muhammad the prophet, Buddha. If you're a believer in God, it's all the same faith, deep in the spirit. In the spirit it is, do unto others as you want done to you. And that's all. That is spirituality at its core. Treat people the way you want to be treated. For real. Now let's get busy with this Kastoff TV show. And I'm going to start answering quick questions that I ask people and other people ask me. And the first quick question is, what's the worst feeling? Being tired or being hungry? And when I ask people this, majority of people said being hungry put them in the worst mood. But mine is total opposite, man. When I'm tired, I am no good. I'd rather go 2 days without eating than 2 days without sleeping. I think a day without eating would do you health, would do you good. Let your digestive system calm down, probably lose some weight in the process. But man, ain't nothing more healing than rest. Man, rest is just as powerful as working out. And ain't nothing like having a sharp mind, man. And I don't believe you can have a sharp mind being tired. When I'm tired, man, I make bad decisions. I have a bad attitude. I'm not as sharp. I'm not as kind. I say dumb shit. I overtalk, just be talking to be talking because I'm tired. And so for me, man, being tired, man, it's just, I hate it so much because if I go if I just stay up too late, but I wake up at every day at 4 a.m. So say this is one of the days I went to bed at 2 a.m. and I woke up at 4, and it throw my whole day off, and then I'd be tired the next day. And so when I was younger, I used to stay up 2 days hustling and shit, you know? And but now at the point in life I'm in, man, rest. And I learned, man, a lot of people look bad at an old age because of the lack of rest. You feel me? And so I think rest, for me, I need rest more than food. Now, I ain't saying going a week and starve to death, but to me personally, I'm in a grumpier mood when I'm tired than when I'm hungry, for real. Now, when I'm hungry, I don't like being hungry. That's a bad feeling too, but which is a worse feeling. And so my thing is shit, tired, for real. Next question, what do you prefer to date? An introvert or an extrovert? Now, I hope I don't get this mixed up. An introvert is a person who more quiet and reserved, who don't talk a lot. And an extrovert is a talker, you know what I'm saying? Always expressing themselves. That is me, for real. I'm an extrovert. And I prefer an introvert. I already talk too much. I can't be around a motherfucker who cut me off in the middle of my sentences and shit like that. I get along better with introverts. Even like my closest friends, they kind of more reserved than me. I'm more the life of the party, and I'm their entertainment and shit like that. And so introvert easy. Extrovert women turn me off all the way. I can't stand a woman who over talking and cutting you off and always giving their opinion and shit like that. And so I say an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I don't even get along with people who act like me. For real, all my friends and relatives who act like me, we don't get along. Even if we love each other, I don't get along with people like me. And so if I met me, I wouldn't like me. Like if I know this, like, talk, this nigga think, you know, like I wouldn't like me, for real. Would you smoke a dime piece of crack for $1 million? I will smoke a piece of crack for $1 million. And I really believe in my spirit, in my heart, in my mind that I won't ever do it again. I know all y'all like, everybody think that, and everybody's strung out to the first hit. Look, man, I know me. And I know y'all like, man, you tripping, nigga, you tripping. Like, I don't have an addictive personality like that when it comes to drugs. So I don't drink. I never been drunk in my life. I don't smoke weed. I don't do no drugs. When I had got stabbed like that, I was on, they had me on Provolol. That's the shit that killed Michael Jackson, that put you in medical-induced comas and stuff like that. Then I was down on morphine. Then they just gave me regular oxys and perk 30s. But it was stronger than the perks y'all take on the street, just pills, because it was an IV. And so they shoot me up every hour and shit. And, you know, I was in the hospital for a long time. And so when I got out the hospital, I was winging myself off of that and went through real Ray Charles withdrawals, like Ray was on the movie and shit, you know. But I just know, man, I believe I could do anything, man. I know my spirit and my mind right. And so I do that shit for $1 million. I actually just want to do it just to show y'all. Like, yeah, nigga, I could do anything I put my mind to. And then do it on YouTube, like, yeah, so y'all don't think I'm high and shit. Like, that nigga, nah. I'll get a dime piece of crack, smoke that on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, all that shit live, just to prove to y'all I could do that shit and won't do it again. But I ain't gonna do that shit, not for no free. I do it for $1 million though, for real. Shit, I do it for $1 million. I really know I won't. I know I won't do it again, for real. I know I won't do it again. I know y'all like, this nigga crazy, but I do that shit. Last time I smoked weed, I was probably about 18. I sold weed, and I had, I guess I had the best weed in the neighborhood. And my cousin Lorel was like, nigga, you smoke this, nigga. You got the fine. You smoke this. I guarantee you smoke. I said, man, roll that shit up. I just want to prove a point to you, nigga, that I could smoke this weed and never do it again. He ain't believe me. No better than nothing. I just wanted to show him. I smoked that shit. I was so fucking high, bro. I had this Joker grin on my face that wouldn't go away. I kept looking in the mirror like, you is one ugly motherfucker, and just dying laughing, bro. I was a pest to everybody. Want to stop playing and shit. Ain't nobody want to be around me. I'm like, God, it's 12 hours in. I'm still high. Let this wear off. I promise I will never smoke again, and I have never smoked again, like I told him. And I know y'all like, man, crack way more addictive. Man, look, put up $1 million and I smoke it and prove a point to y'all. I smoke it on camera. Give me $1 million, I smoke shot that crack. For real. Prophet, do people smell themselves when they smell bad? That's an interesting question. That's a mystery on the 1100 block of Belmont. We always talked about that, and it was always 50-50. Well, let me tell y'all a story about me one time. So one time, Ron, we on Belmont, my cousin Ron, he asked me to drop him off. He stayed on the north side, on like downtown, on Erie, on North Erie, over there by the county jail and shit. I dropped Ronnie, y'all. Man, I'm like, man, Ronnie, you musty as fuck. I'm smelling a strong ass must smell. Or like, Ronnie thinking like, yeah, I have been on the block all day cause I done had this shit on for 2 days. So he agreed that he musty and shit. I'm like, damn. And so Ronnie smelled stuff like, oh, that ain't me cause I ain't musty. I ain't like, so I'm driving my head up to him like, this nigga musty as fuck. So on the way back, Russ asked me to drop him off over Poochie House on Dora Street. It's only like about 5 blocks over. So Russ get in the car. Russ got a brand new outfit on. I'm like, damn, Russ, you musty as fuck too. Because on the way leaving Ronnie, I still smell the same must in the car. Like, man, this nigga Ronnie got my car musty as fuck, boy. Nigga, yeah. Like, damn, my car still gagging and shit. So I pick Russ up. Dropping Russ off. Like, damn, nigga, what's this, the Watson Must Day? Nigga, golly, Russ my little cousin. All our last name Watson. Russ Watson, Ron Watson. My name is Sid Watson. My government name is Sid Watson and shit. My real name ain't Prophet Mocmoud. Prophet is some shit they name when I teenager. But I'm dropping Ron. Like, damn, Russ, you must. Like, you got me fucked up, cuz. Shit. Nigga, like, so I drop Russ off, get on the block. I still smell the same must. Like, damn, this shit is in my nose. So I just humble myself like, boy, that's me. Nigga, I was musty the whole fucking time. Then I put my middle finger under my arse. Like, what the fuck? Boy, that's your musty ass, Prophet. And so I smelt myself, but I just ain't know it was me. So I smelled myself. So I think people do smell themselves, but I think people get used to them smells. And I think the worst body odor, I know a lot of y'all gonna say a person ass, or that must, or a person breath. Man, ain't nothing like them fucking feet, bro. Ain't no odor like them fucking feet. Feet is the worst, strongest, I can't say the worst. That is the strongest body odor because it get trapped in them shoes. Motherfucker, take them shoes off and blow your house up, boy. Blow your house up. Them fucking feet. Them fucking feet, boy. Feet stink, nigga. Feet smell worse than must, ass, hair, breath, all that shit, bro. I know a motherfucker who mix it all together, though. Hair stink. I don't know. I never smelled their breath. But I smelled they fucking underarms, they ass, they feet, all together. It was just this unique odor that's just like, you could see the smell. Like, you ever smell something so bad, you could see the smell in that air a little thicker. Like, you walking, you can't even walk clear because you hit that funk and you fighting through the air like, man, I smelled the motherfucker like that, bro. Dead serious, my nigga. He could rob you without a gun, nigga. He'd raise his arm and you would drop your whole fucking mitt. Nigga, take his shoe off, put it in your face, you pass out, nigga. He empty your pockets. For real. Shit. I about to say something real cruel, but that'd have been wrong. I'm gonna say it anyway. I about to say like, no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, people smell themselves. I went left field. But I got this segment on here called Stories from the Block. And every episode, I'm going to give y'all a story because there's a million, trillion, billion stories off the 1100 block of Belmont. But I'm going to give y'all the Honey Bun story. Honey Bun is a guy on my block who is a living human Wolverine off X-Men. Honey Bun, when we was kids, I was like a junior, a freshman, something in high school. Honey Bun had dropped out a little bit or whatever. And Honey Bun had got shot in the head, and the news was Honey Bun was dead. We see Honey Bun on the block a day later with a bullet sticking halfway out his head and shit. Honey Bun got shot in the head and lived to tell the story. Not too long later, somebody come to a drive-by and it shot Honey Bun in his ass. Honey Bun got shot in his ass. Not too long later, Honey Bun gets stabbed in the chest and the stomach exactly like me. He got the same scar and everything. In the hospital a long time. The man get out, ain't even healed up, staple still up, get stabbed again in the chest and stomach. Lived through that. Then the nigga gets shot again, lived through that. Then the nigga get into a car accident, fly through the windshield, slide down the block, and he still got the glass in his head and shit. He lived through that. Then the man get bit by a motherfucking spider, bro, and was paralyzed on the left side of his body and had a cane and was walking slow for a whole summer. Lived through that. Then the man have a heart attack. A heart attack at the age of 39 to 40 and lived through that. And Honey Bun to this day is still the same Honey Bun, a fucking bully, talk shit, everything. Like, man, I remember his dad, man, God bless his soul, man. His dad was a good guy. His dad, this one, Honey Bun, I don't know, this is like the 4th time he got shot. His dad ride. His dad had a Benz. Sorry, Bun, if I'm mixing up Big Bun. We called him Big Bun. Did Bun have a Benz or a Lexus, Honey Bun dad? And he's like, Prophet, man, get this nigga off the block. This nigga need to be in church. How many times this nigga got to go through some shit for this nigga to find God? Nigga, you still on the corner. Nigga, you need to be in somebody's church. It's a calling on your motherfucking life. That's how his dad used to talk about. We had tears and shit, man. Like, Honey Bun, man. That motherfucker just refused to die, boy. Man. So shit, man. And so that's a story from 1100 block of Belmont. The Honey Bun story, you know. Well, that's the end of the Kastoff radio or TV show. That was episode 1, and I'm going to always end with a life lesson and hope that this lesson could change your life. And the life lesson today is be an asset and not a liability. Everywhere you go, be an asset. Be an asset. And if you don't know what an asset and a liability is, it's financial literacy terms. Like when you learn accounting and stuff like that, an asset is something that you buy that continue to generate money for you, to add to your bank account. And a liability is something you buy that take away from your bank account, drain your shit. It's just something you keep paying a bill on. For example, an asset is a stock. You pay for it and it can make you money. Real estate, you pay for it and you can generate money off of it. A YouTube video, you pay for a video to get done, you post it online, and you can generate money for it. You feel what I'm saying? A song, you put a song on iTunes, you put it out, and it can generate money for you. Whether it make money, hey, it's a shot. Now, a liability is you buy a car, you pay for it, and you keep paying the car note on that motherfucker. A liability is something you buy, and it just take money from you. You feel what I'm saying? And so assets and liabilities. Assets will keep you poor, and you get enough liability to make you rich. And so as a human being, wherever you go, you be an asset. You provide value. You don't be that person who always needing, because guess what? You get treated like shit for people, and people won't want to deal with you. That means you drain, and you an energy drain, you a financial drain, you a spiritual drain, and you just suck the life out of people, and you would never be the best version of you being a liability. But if you're an asset, you can be a blessing to people, and then the right people will want you around. And we know that when God want to bless us, he use a person, and we allow ourselves to be blessed if we be an asset, because the right person will want us around just because we are a blessing and an asset. And if you don't have money, make sure you bring joy and peace in somebody's life. If you don't have, just always add on to what you're doing. If you move with somebody, you make sure you keep their motherfucking house clean, and you keep just good energy around the house. You don't move in with a motherfucker and start begging more, and we had to be cleaned up behind. You a liability, and pretty soon you gonna get the boot and go house to house. You be an asset. When you leave, you going to be missed if you're an asset. When you leave, niggas be, woo, already. That's thinking, motherfucker. That's what happened when you a liability and then you blame everybody when you a liability. It's everybody else's fault but yours. So be an asset and not a liability. And when you walk with somebody, this is a whole different thing that's just coming to me. When you walk with someone, walking, I'm talking about physically walking, they either come to your pace or you go to their pace. And that's just like any relationship. When you get in relationships with someone, they gonna either go to your pace or you go to their pace. So if you moving at a great pace and if you walking in your purpose and walking on your destination if you walking in your destiny to your destination and you got your pace figured out and somebody start walking with you and they moving at a slower pace, you don't slow down to match them. Don't slow down. And that's just like a life. If you eating right and you get this person around you and shit like that, you don't fill up your refrigerator with a whole bunch of bullshit to accommodate them. They gonna have to eat right to match you. You don't match them. They gotta raise their level of life up. If they thinking and talking stupid and all this shit, you reading books, man, you don't shut down your shit to relate to them and dumb yourself down. They gonna have to come up to reach your level. For real. If you a hooper, you a basketball player, you gonna shoot 500 shots a day, you got this new friend who wanna hang out and smoke and shit like that, nah, nigga, you gonna be on my level. You gonna be productive. And so what I'm saying, when you walk with somebody, they either pick up your pace or you slow down and pick up their pace. And so if they ain't willing to match your pace or if they ain't speeding up your pace to get you to where you wanna go, get away. For real. And that's it. One love, Prophet Mocmoud, represent all the Kastoffs worldwide. One us.